Alright, here we're going to create our third drawing. Full name, class, and bearing is the name of the part. Go ahead and create that. On this particular one, we're going to go from the top view, so we're going to go ahead and click on the word top here. We're going to go ahead and we're going to create a sketch, and we're going to click on our top view to create that. Alright, so we're going to start with the circle. We're going to do a center point circle. Starting on our origin here, we're just going to kind of randomly pull it out to a size, and then we can come back and we can dimension it. You'll see here on the outside of our circle is 100 millimeters. So we'll go back into our drawing here. We're going to dimension that to 100 millimeters. And you'll notice I'm in inches here, so I'm going to come up here to the hamburger, go to workspace, and I'm going to change my inches to millimeters, and go ahead and hit the check mark here. Then I can go back into my sketch, and it'll automatically change that to millimeters, so 100. That'll give me my size of my first circle here. So that'll be the outside of my circle. I am going to put a second 100 millimeter circle that is going to be 140 millimeters apart from that. So if I go back to my drawing, I'm going to come over here, and if I click on my origin spot and I go across, you'll see that little line up here. I can go ahead and I can create a second circle that will be lined up. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to change that to 100. And then I'm going to also dimension from the center points here to 140 millimeters. So I have this circle and this circle. And then I'm going to put in a second circle in on this side over here. You can see that that is 70 millimeters. So I'll come up to my circle tool again, and I'm going to go ahead and just create a circle here, and I'm going to dimension that to 70 millimeters. So now I have my general shape for the most part. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to connect my two circles. So I can click here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come to this point here. Right at that point. And I can come over here and go right at that point. And I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom here. So I'm going to go click on my point. And I'm going to come over to that point right there. And you'll notice that it kind of creates that shape because it grayed out. Here I can go ahead and I can trim out this circle here because that will not be seen. And I could show you that in our image here. Okay. You'll also notice that there are two smaller circles or a little oval shape that's going to be at that point. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to draw that right now. So I'm just going to put in along my center point here. I'm going to put a little circle here. And go a little bit further and put a circle there. And if I go and I can look at the dimension here, my radius of that is 12.5. Remember that the radius is half of a circle, or half the distance of a circle. So I can come here and I can dimension this with my diameter of 25, because I know that double 12.5 is 25. I can do the same thing here, 25. And then I can connect the top of this circle to the top of that circle. I can do the same thing with the bottoms. Click on my line here, click on my line here. In here, I can go ahead and I can use my trim tool to trim out any excess. And you'll notice here how it looks like it's highlighted a little bit. If I zoom in, one of those lines kind of stuck around. And I click over here. It looks like it happened over here just a little bit. So that looks good. So now if we look at our shape here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to dimension those circles apart. So I can hit my dimension tool, go from here to here, and they are 70 millimeters apart. And that will stretch that out. And if I go here, I'm just going to double check that everything is correct. Origin's same there, 70 millimeters. And looks like everything is good to go. So now we can finish the sketch. We are going to extrude it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to extrude this shape right here. And if I go to my thickness, you'll see that it is 20 millimeters thick right there. So I'm going to come back to my drawing and I can put in 20 here. Hit enter. And now I have my 20 millimeters thick. Remember that if this is, now I'm going to click on the little eyeball here, and now I can see the rest of my circle. I'm going to go ahead and click on here, and if we check the distance there, that is 60 millimeters. So I can click on my 60 millimeter, or click on here and type in 60 millimeters, and that will put that to height. So there is our shape. From this point, we can go ahead and we can create our drawing. So come down here, a little plus sign. We're going to click on Create Drawing, NCA, click OK. Now we're going to click on our part. We're going to change this from 1 to 4. We'll change this to 1 to 2. I think we should be able to get that in there with no problems. Start right about here. We can click our side view, click our top view, and click our isometric view. And then we can go ahead and we can dimension these to our dimensions. that's all the dimensions we need for that one. We'll go ahead and name it our bearing. Check mark there. Your name should be here, date should be there, and we'll export that as our PDF. Full name as the file name, and you'll export it and upload it to the Google Classroom.